viewers, welcome to another interesting session of your MOOCs course, Internet of Things, Design Concepts and Use Cases. In today's session, we are going to talk about interfacing a heartbeat sensor or a pulse sensor with Arduino board. So, in order to do this experiment, we will be using a very minute sensor which can directly sense pulses through your fingertips. So, you just have to put your finger on the sensor and it will start getting your pulse rate directly, that you can show on the serial monitor or on the serial plotter as well. So, this is a very minute experiment although, but yes, this is going to be a huge concept if you are going to work in any medical domain with your IoT concepts in future. So, first of all, you can see on the screen that we have a simple sensor. I have used a case sensor over here. This company keep on designing variety of sensors and this is one of the basic sensor they provide to sense your heartbeats, or we can say pulse rates from the fingertips. On this sensor, this particular portion you have that you will put your finger on and it will keep on counting your pulses per second or per minute, counting you can see on the plot itself. Depending upon what conditions you have created on your software based code, accordingly it will keep on displaying information on your serial monitor or serial plotter. So, till now in variety of experiments we have used serial monitor for displaying your readings in the form of numbers. In today's experiment, we are going to use serial plotter to show the analog waveform that we will get with the help of the pulse rate. So, you can see this particular sensor comes with 3 different pins. One of these you will be connecting to VCC, other one you will be connecting to ground, and after this you have third pin which is your signal pin. So, these 3 pins, as we have seen in the diagram over here, you can connect on analog port as per the signal connection, and remaining 2 will be your simple power board connections for VCC and 5 volt. The same sensor you can also connect on the digital port where it will show the pulse counts based on what are your initial threshold setups in your software code. In our case, we will be showing it on a serial plotter. So, let us first of all create your hardware based connections. So, as you can see, I have brought up one Arduino for you, and here along with this I have the same pulse rate sensor that I will be using with these 3 pins for connection. So, first of all I have this white wire that I have used here for the ground terminal, and here on the board I am connecting directly it on the ground terminal. Similarly, the other one we have is for VCC terminal that will be connecting right here on 5 volt, and last one we have is your signal pin that is also written on the sensor as S. So, the same pin I am taking up and using it on any of your analog pins over here. So, this will complete your connection. If you want to further create some scenario with maybe LEDs or anything else, you can use a breadboard to create that sequence of pulses with the help of an LED further. But in my case, I will be using it directly on a serial plotter. So, for this particular connection, let us see now a simple code that we will definitely design with Arduino IDE software. So, here on your Arduino IDE terminal, we have opened this void setup section first of all. As this particular sensor does not require any kind of library for the interface, you can see we have not included anything like that, and we are starting directly with the setup part. So, first of all, pin mode I have declared here pin number A0 from analog port as an input pin. After this, I have declared my serial board connection that will be on serial monitor display with 9600 baud rate. After this, we have the loop section in which first of all I have declared a pulse variable as a float, and after that I have declared a some variable with initial status as 0, and it is basically a integer variable I have declared. I will be utilizing it further to create the sequence of pulses that we will be getting from the analog terminal. And for this, now I have added here a simple for loop sequence. Why we need to add this additional sequence over here without directly getting your data from A0 terminal? Because as per the manufacturer specifications for this particular sensor, it gets affected by noise in the surroundings. So, if you have not held your sensor accurately within your fingers, maybe it is very tightly held or it is loosely held, in that case you can experience some noise within the terminal. So, in order to avoid that noise, we have added a sequence over here, considering that it will be adding up previous 20 pulses and it will create a sequence out of that while eliminating the noise. So, if from the sequence of 20 pulses it has averaged a value, only that will be displayed on your serial monitor or plotter part. So, while using this sensor, you always have to take care that how you press your finger on the sensor terminal, and we will definitely demonstrate that over here. So, within this for loop then I am updating my pulse with the sum of previous 20 pulses to avoid the noise, and ultimately we are printing that on the serial monitor, or you can use serial plotter over here. So, this is your code and we can definitely compile it, and meanwhile we can connect our USB terminal to your system for the further interface. So, let me just use this USB terminal over here, and our compiling process is also done, and we can now click on the upload button. It will quickly send your code to the Arduino board, and you can see here it first says it is compiling sketch and then uploading sketch, and after this, as it is uploaded now, so I can now go to tools section, and you can see here we have two options, one is serial monitor and other is your serial plotter. So, as I already told you, we will be plotting the pulses that we get from the monitor itself. So, here you can see on the sensor terminal, this particular is your pulse sensor terminal. So, I will be using my finger right here, and I will be holding it gently without pressing it so much or without putting it lightly on the sensor over here. And then I am opening here the serial plotter, and you can see slowly your pulse readings are building up over here. Depending upon how I have held the sensor, it will keep on plotting things. So, as you keep on using it, you will learn that which is its centralized terminal, where it does not cause some unwanted noise in the sequence, and accordingly you can see a sequence of pulses is being plotted over here. The similar type of sequences you usually see on the monitor of a doctor, but here we have created a sequence similar to that, and this type of information later you can use to design probably some wearable sensors or maybe some medical fitness testing sensors. So, that is a concept with the help of IoT based design. So, I hope this particular video was useful for you and you could utilize this information somewhere in your coming sessions or in your IoT based medical system design. So, thank you very much. We will meet again in another session with a new set of sensors. Thank you very much.